What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a day in the life of a developer advocate. Today, I'm gonna bring you along what my daily tasks are, what I do in a day, and answer your questions of what a developer advocate is. Because when I'm on stream or in the comments, a lot of people ask, what is a developer advocate exactly? What is it that all of you do? What's your day-to-day? Things like that. So I'm gonna bring you along today. Today's a jam-packed day. We have a lot going on, so I wanna make sure I answer your guys' questions. But anyways, it is about 8:50 right now. I woke up maybe 25 minutes ago. I don't necessarily wake up too early anymore, but we have an all-hands meeting at 9 to 9:30 and then a team meeting right after that. So let's get into both of those meetings and then move on from that. So let's go. Can't forget the ghost. Okay, so finish the all hands and then we immediately hop into what we call the community sync. This is where the community team, which is what I'm on as a developer advocate, I hop on to talk about some of the tasks we're working on in the week and any other problems or blockers that we may have as a team. So let's hop into that one. So I just got done with both of those meetings. I'm actually about to meet with Chau here in a little bit, but I wanted to get on camera and talk about one of the main questions that I get a lot from the community, you guys on Discord, Twitch, YouTube, all that, which is what is a developer advocate exactly, or what is a developer relations engineer? And the answer to that is, it kind of depends. It depends on what company you work for and what their definition of a developer advocate is. There are some commonalities when you look at other developer advocates, but the main focus and the tasks that we do vary from company to company. So I can answer what a developer advocate at Airbyte does, what I do on a daily basis, and what exactly goes into becoming and being a developer advocate. So my job as a developer advocate at Airbyte, my main focus right now is streaming on Twitch. If you ask Chau, his main focus is posting tutorials and video content on YouTube. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I can't be on YouTube and he can't be on Twitch. Our main purpose and goal as developer advocates is to be essentially a liaison and your kind of direct point of contact for someone at Airbyte to get help on our product, to get help with your stack and how Airbyte can fit into what it is that you're doing as a data team or as a data engineer specifically on a data team. And we do that by video tutorials on YouTube. I do that on Twitch. We can go both ways on that. We have another side of the team that focuses on blog posts if you prefer written content. We have someone on our team that focuses on documentation, so our docs are handled by us as well. I don't necessarily touch that, but that is something that we do. Another goal or task that we do is that we head out to conferences, we travel the world, we give talks at these conferences and or meetups to give exposure to Airbyte, do technical talks on maybe how to integrate Airbyte with something specific, like having a Postgres source over to a Postgres destination, which is one of our popular use cases. We heavily integrate and talk with the community through Slack and through any other means that we have and try to get your feedback and bring it back to the company so that way we can improve on our product. But the main thing to note is that developer advocates are not salespeople. You can see us in different sides of the company where we may have more of an engineering focus, we may have more of a marketing focus, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we are marketers or engineers. We do code from time to time. We have to make demos. We have to know our product, obviously, and how to help the community and or our user base understand our product. And so we do from time to time code and integrate that with our technical content, but most of the time we are creating content, at least on the side of the DevRel team that I'm on. We also take in calls from our community, which is what we're about to do next at 1 p.m. I believe. Let me make sure. sure that's at 1 p.m. Yes, at 1 p.m., me and Krishan are about to hop onto a community call. So this is where people from our community who are potentially starting their own companies or integrating some Airbyte into a product, they want to kind of showcase that through our community, which we do called community calls. And so we have someone coming in to do the community call with. They're going to do a demo on their product, how Airbyte is integrated with them, and taking in any questions from the community. So that is something we also do as well. We create content with the community to kind of cross promote, but also show that the community is heard by us and make sure that cool technologies that we see are also put onto the, I guess, forefront, you could say, and show the cool things that people in the community are doing and what opportunities are available. And lastly, all the other things that I do are planning, content planning, talking with the team to kind of get feedback and ideas. I'm planning on doing a meetup in San Francisco for Airbyte, hopefully, probably sometime later this year. So if you guys are interested in learning about Airbyte or just meeting with the community to learn something new in regards to data engineering and or software engineering specifically, I can have more details soon once I have that. But that is something that we also do, is do meetups. We're very community driven, especially here at Airbyte. Our community is very important to us. And so that's an aspect that I've learned to enjoy, is communicating and working with the community as much as possible. That's been a cool aspect on top of creating content, which you guys know I do a lot of already. So it's just been a really cool journey and time for me as a developer advocate, since I am fairly fresh as a developer advocate. But for those of you that are watching this video, if you guys are developer advocates or developer relations engineers, developer evangelists, it's a hard word to say. If you have different views on this, or if you guys do anything different, I'd love to hear your opinions on what it is that you guys do or what you girls do. The opportunities and the tasks are like I said, they vary from company to company. So it can be very different, but that is what a developer advocate to me at Airbyte is. And so hopefully that answers your questions. But anyways, I'm gonna hop onto a call with Chris. We're gonna talk about and sync up on the community call, how it's gonna run and things like that before we head into it, and then get on that call. After that, I am going to work on a small project that I have with our data analytics team, as well as plan out some other content for the stream that I'm gonna be doing later this week, probably tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. The cool thing that I get to do is balance what I stream. And so I don't have to do specifically data engineering things. I can talk about pretty much anything. I also do some days where I focus on web dev, building applications and things like that, and I want to mesh the worlds together. My journey has been nothing short of interesting, to say the least. I've been bouncing from different areas very quickly, and so I have different perspective on things, and I think that's what's the cool part. So the fact that I get to work for a company and express that through my content has been a dream of mine, and so I'm happy, more than happy, and excited to be able to do that here as a developer advocate. So let's get into that.
Look at this guy.
Look at this guy. He thinks he can just time lapse me. All right, so I just got done on the community call. I completely forgot to record it and do some B-roll on it, but we just got done with the community call, had a guest speaker on with me and Krishan talking about his product, how he's implemented Airbyte into it, and it was a really, really cool process. This is my first community call, so it was very, very new to me, but now that that's done with, you kind of get a sense of the community aspect. The guest speaker is part of the community, utilizes our product, and we want to showcase that and put forward, what cool products or cool things are being done with what our product is. And so that's one aspect of what we do as developer advocates. Like I said, we're very community centric. Companies should be community centric. I mean, communities are a huge part of our job. So that is one aspect and one task that we have on a day-to-day basis, is really, really engaging with the community and showcasing the work that they do. All right, so I just had lunch not too long ago, relaxed a little, watched a little bit of TV, and then I went right back to work. So another thing that I do as a developer advocate is I also prep for streams. I prep for any potential content that I want to make. So right now, at the time of this recording, tomorrow, I am going to be going live on Twitch, and I'm primarily going to be talking about my transition from being a front-end developer or having a front-end focus to now shifting over to a data engineering focus. For those of you guys who may not know, I very much had a front-end focus when I started self-teaching myself how to code. I got into HTML, CSS, and then JavaScript, eventually moved into React development, and then started building websites and applications using React. Since then, and obviously, I used my skill set that I acquired at my first job, and then now shifting over into a developer advocate in the current company that I'm in. We're now in the data engineering realm, focusing on ELT pipelines, data integration, things like that. And so I am now shifting over and learning everything that has to do with data engineering, and that comes with learning new tools and things of that nature. Everything that has to do in this ecosystem, I now have to know, be a quote unquote expert in, and be able to educate our users and or community members on certain problems that may be happening or things like that. If I want to be able to have technical content, I need to know what the hell I'm talking about. So that is definitely something that I think is very interesting to a lot of people, is how I've seen the transition from front end to data engineering, and to answer any questions that people may have in regards to that. Because I know based off of some of the past streams I've done, a lot of people are actually interested in going into data, whether it be going in as a data analyst, a data scientist, a data engineer, anything in the data stack. They're curious about it, so I am more than happy to give my perspective on that. So yeah, a big part of my daily routine / daily tasks as a developer advocate is prepping for this kind of content. I need to know what I'm talking about, so whether that has to do with building out demos, learning a new technology, staying up to date on current technologies. That requires a lot of time and research, and so I do spend a lot of my time doing that. And it's not just reading things, like I said, building demos, so I'm using some of the knowledge that I gained through reading in a practical sense. I'm building out things. I'm actually implementing some of the tools that I'm learning right now. I had to implement a data transformation tool into one of my smaller projects just so I can get a sense of what it is that users are going through, what's the workflow like, what does this tool do, how does it integrate well with our product, and things like that. So in that way, I can come back, create some content around it, and therefore help those in our user base that might need the content. And so that is pretty much everything that a developer advocate does. Again, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, developer advocates kind of vary between company to company. You're never gonna get a one-to-one description. Research if you're looking to get into developer advocacy. See what the company you're looking at kind of does with developer advocacy. If you're creating content in general and are looking to help others in need, generally speaking, that is what developer advocacy is. But like I said, general tasks and daily routines, I guess you could say, vary depending on where you go. But hopefully that gave you some insights on what I do as a developer advocate. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there's anything that you would love to talk about in terms of data engineering, web dev, developer advocacy, career stuff, anything like that, please mention them down below in the comments, and I would love to get to know you guys and talk about it. Make sure you guys join my Discord as well. The link will be down in the description. Follow me on my other socials. But anyways, I will see you guys on another video. Peace.